Hey guys, Ghost Wolf here. So, back, and I'm hoping you guys are actually getting to see these videos, and I hope you guys enjoy them. If you are a member of my Twitch, and you've been following for a bit, you probably know a little bit about me, in the sense of certain likes and dislikes. You guys know I like comics, you guys know I love film, and I do love books, um, anime, and everything in between. But one particular genre of science fiction and horror that I particularly enjoy, oh, pardon me there, is cosmic horror. And by cosmic horror, a very well known subject, or how can I put it? I'm just gonna say, people hear the word Lovecraftian. Now, if you don't know what Lovecraftian means, it's referencing the American horror author H.P. Lovecraft, Howard Phillips Lovecraft. Um, Now, the man himself, not a great guy. Okay, I'm gonna just put that disclaimer out right now. Howard Phillips Lovecraft was a very strange individual, very introvert, and unfortunately very xenophobic. Um, that's very prominent in a lot of his works. However, though I wouldn't say his works are masterpieces, they're interesting, and they laid a foundation for horror in for basically what most authors kind of go towards, and what other content creators go towards. Basically, a lot of artists, creators, and whatnot use Lovecraft whenever they're crafting horror as their inspiration. There's a lot of ghostwriters who actually wrote things in his name, that were friends of his. There were people who were inspired by his works that actually expanded upon his Cthulhu mythos and his entire universe that he had created, um, which in itself was a very interesting concept. Basically, it was kind of like a shared universe before we started doing it with Marvel and everything else. Um, so it was actually pretty interesting. Um, Many of you are familiar with the term Cthulhu. Um, Probably a lot of you have heard of the game Call of Cthulhu, or the tabletop game Call of Cthulhu, even the actual book itself, Call of Cthulhu. Um, Shadow over Innsmouth, which is another one of his works that is heavily referenced, and another one of his tales, which is the Dunwich Horror. All of which I think may actually play a bit of a role in the game we're about to be playing today. This game I had picked up a little bit after my birthday, and I got it on sale. I've been wanting to play it. I want to say it got some hype among those who were kind of into that kind of thing. But after the initial little bit of, ooh, hey, this is coming out, I didn't hear much about it. Not too many more well-known YouTubers were playing it. Um, I didn't hear anything about it on Twitch. I haven't found anything on it on Twitch. But and I've always been a little bit intimidated by it. It's a detective story within a Lovecraftian style universe, and it's supposed to have consequences as well as actually really challenge your mind. I'm not a very smart guy. Um, Deductive reasoning I can do, but I have very little patience sometimes when it comes to video games. That's why a lot of my games, are very action oriented. But this one's supposed to be a little bit more slow paced and a little bit more thought provoking. Um, so if you guys are willing to bear with me and sit through a detective story with the elements of gothic and weird horror, I appreciate it and welcome you guys to take that ride with me. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Hopefully you'll like it, and I'm hoping I'll enjoy it too. So here we go. let's go ahead and dive right into the sinking city. I hope you guys caught that. And yes, this game fully admits that a lot of H.P. Lovecraft's tales, the way he sees society, the way he is, a lot of his beliefs are morally and ethically wrong, and they are a product of a time where people didn't treat people like people. You had folks that saw themselves as better than others simply because of their own race. I mean, we still have it today, but it was wrong then, and it's wrong now. But it was it was still a part of the man's works, and that's what's influenced this game. So I'm hoping you guys will still stick around for this. Let's bring down the audio a little bit. I want you guys to be able to hear me. Right about here should be good, I think. Difficulty. Now, I'm a newcomer, like I said. I'm not what you would call really patient or really good with detective stories, so I'm going to go newcomer. And hopefully I'll be able to give you guys a good story. See, combat monsters have standard health, and your character has standard resistance to insanity. We're going to go with normal, because at least that gives us a bit more of a challenge. Considering I'm worried about possible issues with this, we're going to go ahead and turn on that aim assist. Hopefully it'll help us out. We'll see. Let's go ahead and keep it at normal. Okay, she looks good there. Alright, I think we're good to go. Let's go ahead and check this out a little bit. Casebook. The casebook contains your main case, which reflects your overall story progress. You can work on more than one side case at the time. Cases contain information about investigations in the form of evidence. Some pieces of evidence have icons that hint at what action to perform. Okay. Evidence contains crucial information about what to do and where to go next. To get evidence, interact with objects and people. Combine clues in your mind palace and take photos. A white frame in the camera viewfinder indicates if you are aiming correctly. Read evidence closely to identify important locations, then pin it on the map to plan your route. Okay. I'm hoping there'll be a tutorial. Map. The mind's eye. Alright. Recognition. Oh, retrocognition. Interesting. Yeah, I know, I'm going a little fast for you guys here. I'm hoping Hold on. Hostiles are less likely to detect you. Enemies may harm your sanity as well as health. Some enemies have unique abilities that may come as unpleasant surprise, but most have weak points too. Ammo and supplies are scarce. Scavenging, crafting, and quest rewards are only sources of supplies. Guns are not going to reload themselves. Wow. Diving. Oh. Okay, so have you guys ever heard about Lovecraft, or if you ever know anything about some of his works, the ocean is somewhere you really don't want to be. Huh. Okay. Let's get into it. Frosty, welcome, Dear Mr. Charlesbury. As you requested, I've researched the outburst of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmount. It turns out that your assumptions were correct. Such cases, indeed, more frequent here. Men and women from across the country are drawn to Oakmount, haunted by visions similar to yours, the city drowning, the presence of something great, yet unknown. As luck has it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment, and the person who might help you with it. Prepare yourself, then come to Oakmont as soon as you can. I will meet you here to help you on your way. Cordially, Johannes van der Berg. Alright, pressing any button to continue. Space person? This man is already not healthy. So, I mean, this is Detective Reed. On a ship? Oh, we're just doing this right out the gate, aren't we? I would. You did. That's an introduction, so nice. Camera. Alright, this is what we read earlier. Why does this scroll in?
Hope I never have to use it, but something tells me I will.
Okay. The evidence, first aid. Open that in a second. What's this? What the hell is that? Can I interact with that? No? Okay. Alright. It's fucking freaky, isn't it? Alright, it doesn't let me click that, so...
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Okay. We'll go out in one moment. Let's check this over here. What the hell? Gunpowder, coil springs. Interesting. Okay. Can these open up? No. Apparently not. Hold on. Oh no, that's... Okay. Oh, hold on. That's what I was trying to figure out earlier. Alright, hold on. Okay. Okay. Good to know. Alright. What's this? Oh shit! Okay, that's a melee. Never mind. Lore. Trophy plate with a strange fish looks very lifelike. Ooh. Correspondence documents. Mythos. Okay. Frosty welcome. We already read this. This is our main case. Anything else? What is the Mind Palace? We don't have any clues to use here. Map, skills. This is combat proficiency. Okay, requires the knowledge point. Okay. But can't do anything at the moment, that's fine. Let's just go outside. Can I go with this? No. Just talk to this guy.
Now get out!
Well, he's not very friendly, is he?
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmount. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
What's the deal with this city?
Reaching Oakmount was no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmount is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
The flood.
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
about my problem.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmount. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
Where is Robert Throgmorton?
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
What do you mean by that?
Can you tell me a little about Mr. Throgmorton?
A remarkable creature, scion of a robust bloodline, a philanthropist, a scholar, and the patron of the famous Oakmount University. A man of great ambitions and even greater ego. Do not make him wait.
I'm not sure I like how you called him a creature. I need somewhere to stay.
I need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
How do I get to the street from here?
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot, or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
What else did you mark on the map?
Other places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
What do you do?
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
Alright, I think that's enough.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Okay. So let's do a little speculation here. Now, if you guys know who H.P. Lovecraft is, and you remember some of his stories, I don't remember if it was him who created him, or if it was August Derleth who created him. But if you've heard of the entity known as Hastur, the King in Yellow, take a look at this guy. Literally, dressed all in yellow. Fancies himself an intellectual and views others differently. And telling us not to worry about us contacting him, he'll find us. Either this dude is an avatar, or some type of worshiper who might have some ties to Hastur that give him a little bit more than a normal human's ability. That's just speculation. That's gross and realistic. Let's take a look at our map. Oh, that's the case book. Let's see, Johannes van der Berg said, I need to find a person in Oakmont. Port by the name of Robert Throgmorton. Supposedly he can help me with my visions. And A room to the Devil's Reef Hotel. Okay. That's the Oakmount City Port. I believe that's our boat. Can I scroll out? Well, Devil's Reef is way the hell down there. Shit. Okay. Looks like to get to a lot of places you will have to use waterways. Okay. For right now, let's go ahead and head to Oakmount City Port. I believe that's where he said Mr. Crawford is at. Interesting. Hold on. There's...
The end is nigh. It will begin again. What is down comes up. The seed is sowed.
Okay, you do that. Ominous. Keel bar. Let's take a look at that map. Alright, we take a right from here. I think we found Mr. Throckmorton.
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
I'm not going to mark on
ask,
features.
what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. But he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers. Mark my words.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
Alright. And you guys remember when I said that this was a product of its time, and the fact that Lovecraft himself was a raging xenophobe. Obviously, when we look at this man, we know there's something up with his bloodline. And just from his speech, obviously he's racist, but it's interesting he brings up Innsmouthers. Now remember I said that Shadow over Innsmouth would probably be an inspiration for this game. In Innsmouth, the people of that particular village made a pact with the god Dagon and Mother Hydra. Dagon being a demigod, like entity that has ties to Cthulhu. Making a pact with him and his children known as the Deep Ones. They got gold and they prospered as a fishing village, but in return, they not only had to worship Dagon, they had to mate with Deep Ones. Deep Ones can't mate with one another. They're basically a race of hybrids. With their, for lack of a better term, their DNA or genetic structure being the dominant whenever they breed with another species. And this is to be given willingly, not taken. So the people agreed, and many of their people have bred with the Deep Ones over time. A Deep One is born with a human-like appearance until they reach the age of puberty, at which point they begin to change. You'll see things such as they'll have gills either on their neck or behind their ear, more of a fish-eyed appearance, their skin taking on more of a different texture. That idea. So that's actually interesting he brings that up, that apparently Innsmouth was burned down, and now the refugees from that city have come here.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmount is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera, you have a point, newcomer.
I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat.
Yeah,
His fishermen supposedly brought him to their house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in
Well,
front
how
of
would
it.
I know that? I just got here.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Pal, I am trying my best, but you are already trying my patience.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer, and keep your hands where I can see them.
I've said everything I know.
Have you? Okay, so it just flies open if I go up to it. Interesting. Okay. Let's see if we can't find a clue here. Looks like a filth-ridden squalor hole. Ugh. Great, more squid. It's over here. The hell? I don't see anything there, so. Hi.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
That's unnerving.
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Seriously? Wait, did they make this hole or they just leave out a hole? Okay.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, man. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
Well, tell me what
I
happened.
want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis, we were here. This is our house. Barry was outside, on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... okay. My head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing. Just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me...
That sounds familiar.
Alright.
Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was at or starve.
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. Kay be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky
seen
rascal
Kay.
missed everything. And I have no idea where Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
Who is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. Kay is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know.
A little touchy about that, isn't he? I mean, no reason to be touchy since I was ignorant of it.
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Kay, have mercy on his soul.
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or, Kay, did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
Okay, he looks like he's losing himself. Let's go take a look at the body.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Damn. Okay, what the hell? What the fuck is going on? Alright. back to normal again.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Okay, which means that took tremendous strength. I don't see anything in here. Oh, wait. Okay.
Choo choo.
Don't see anything in there worth. Hold on. Yeah, it's just like snacks and stuff. Someone who's really into trains, it looks like. Not defined enough for me to be able to tell anything from any of this stuff. Probably just gibberish. Like just flavor stuff to put on the wall. Well, let's not step on the body, shall we? Something over here.
5 cards short of a full house.
Not helpful.
I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
No, just a clock. Oh. Wait, what? Hold on.
Glenna, Nehri, Glenna, Gebhal, Nugulina.
That's definitely old ones speak. Retrocognition allows you to understand events that happened in the past, inspect enough evidence on the scene, and the vision will merge, step into it, find all the critical scenes.
Glenna, Nehri, Glenna, Gebhal, Nugulina.
Okay. What's this? Okay. Oh, hold on. This looks ceremonial.
Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work. Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmount too much.
Oh, shit. I think we know what the blue meter is now. Hold on.
So that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
Jesus. Nothing there. Okay. I guess let's set up the scene.
Take this, ape face.
Someone attempted to kill him. Okay. There's another scene in here.
What's happening?
Yeah, run!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
This one seems pretty self-explanatory. We're going to assume these events happen first.
What's happening?
Then obviously it looks like as he was losing his mind, he attacked his friend while Albert was trying to get away from this guy.
Take this,
Sure, I didn't miss anything. And when that failed, Albert tried to make it outside the door. Now, obviously, he's strong enough to knock that thing over.
Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
No, 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 no. What the hell? I wasn't just saying that, right? My character tried to put a gun to his own head. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I didn't see that earlier. The hell? The hell is that? Nothing let me click that.
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
Shotgun shells. Oh, shell cases and gunpowder. Okay. Wait, did I miss a clue?
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
Wait, somebody had a pet here. It's 3 men, right? Go upstairs real quick. One. 2. 3. Wait, was Albert staying here? I missed something. Oh no. I was just okay. Okay. Okay, we know for a fact that the Throgmortons and the Innsmouthers don't like each other. The fisherman suffered a sudden psychotic outbreak after Albert Throgmorton regained his consciousness. That's what we saw after... Yeah. Albert fled when wounded. There were 3 fishermen in the house when Albert woke up. But I've only found 2 of them. Yeah, that's the Innsmouth. There's the one that's missing. Okay. We know this. Albert returned unstable. Albert Throgmorton behaved strangely, yet returning from the sea, he was mad, violent, and spoke gibberish. Hold on, let me check the casebook. Wilhelm, and a fisherman lives with 3 other colleagues. Barry, Paul, and an Innsmouther named Lewis Flynn. Will told me that Barry found the unconscious Albert Throgmorton and brought him to their house before leaving to inform Robert Throgmorton. Albert woke up and started making horrible sounds. His hysteria seemed to spread to Will, who began to see visions similar to mine. When he recovered, he found Paul dead on the floor, and there was no trace of Albert or Lewis. He doesn't remember anything beyond that. Albert woke up, he caused an outburst of hysteria and attacked the rest of the fishermen. One of the fishermen shot him, and Albert fled. Okay. Alright, so here's what I've got so far. We know... No, that doesn't seem like it. He seemed like he was attacking, but he wasn't actually attacking. Now this seemed... Okay. Wait, weren't there more... Lewis shot without warning. Albert fled when wounded. That does seem correct. No. Maybe. Huh. Okay. Alright. We'll go ahead and give that a shot then. So, we're going to go ahead and put a pin in this here. We're already reaching almost an hour here. I know, not an exciting start. This game is going to be one of those slow burn, kind of build up type of things. So we're going to go ahead and stop here for the night. Now, I'm going to keep playing this game, and we're going to see if we can get further in this mystery. This seems like it's going to be one of those slow-paced, slow-burn games where we have to actually use our deductive reasoning, things like that. I don't know. I'm not really good with editing, so I mean, I could do a longer version of this video, which would be a lot of edits, just taking out some of the unnecessary stuff, but I don't really like editing because you guys don't see me either screwing up the case or making misconceptions or things like that. And I don't want to pretend like I'm good at this game. So I want you guys to see every little bit, every little tiny mistake I make. Because maybe you guys can comment and tell me, hey, this makes more sense to me. Or maybe you should try this. Or maybe you should look for that. If you guys like this, like, comment, subscribe. And we'll try to get through this one together. I'll come back to this next week. I'll be putting out my next leg of the journey on this one. So hopefully if you guys watch this, you leave some comments and maybe you can help me out. Other than that, I'm hoping you guys are having a good time with this. I know it might feel a little boring, but this stuff intrigues me. So it's a little bit different from our other entries that we've had this week. And we're going to play it a little bit more next week. But for now, hopefully you guys check this out. And I'll see you guys again next time in the next video. Take it easy. Take care of yourselves. And everyone, have a great day.